Okay, here again. Today's what? Today's Monday, May 25th. We have what? 3 days before, 4 days before, really, the end of the month. And one of the things that I'm pondering today is the kind of thinking behind the rise of the superior individual or the Ubermensch. Um, I first kind of came across this, or I think it was Nietzsche who first brought this to my attention. And it was that clear to me that I disagreed, especially with most of my musician friends. Hey man, I know Nietzsche, man. It's yeah, rock on. Like my understanding was, as all as usual, completely different from what they thought was going on. So the whole God is dead and everything else, so whatever. I remember Nietzsche was, surprise, surprise, he was also a composer as well. Um, Remember there's that whole thing about anti-Semitic Wagner, who who actually thought that his music would would help inspire people to kill the Jews. You know, like it's very interesting. But to me, the whole concept of humankind getting together to to conjure up, to manifest, as it were, the superior individual means that it's not a normative claim. It is not, even though you divide things up into slave morality and master morality, it is not the fact, in my opinion, in my thoughtful opinion, that it's a normative claim that there's no should. You don't have to try to be, or you shouldn't try to be a super individual. You can try to be a free spirit, or you can try to be a mensch. The concept of the superior individual is that he is that. He cannot be any other way. It's not that you can decide to be a superman, an ubermensch, or a superman, or anything else. That's just who they are. So it may be frustrating or debilitating or fatalistic or, oh my God, you know, Macbethian wringing of the hands, who knows. But the super individual just is. And so this is, I think, point zero for me. The other thing is, I have no problems with the religions, etc., even from the Nietzschean framework, because they are, as Nietzsche points out, they are possibly useful fictions. In other words, fictions that have utility, but are just not real. So they're fictional, but they have reality. They're a grid on which we can make the world more manageable. So let us start with that as kind of the premise for where I'm going. So, in other words, once we step into the world of Christianity, I expect it all to make sense from a Christian point of view. Same thing with Islam, you know, same thing with Buddhism. Let it make sense internally, but realize that all of this is really created, even if it's from the spirits or whatever, it's created by man. So we create man, we made God in our own image and reflect that we are made in his image. Notice there's no her image, which is instructive, especially in societies that are notoriously and relentlessly maternal. Like, how does that happen? Well, I'll tell you how it happens, but bit by bit. So, first of all, let us, at the same time that we're looking for the second coming of Christ, let us also look for the emergence or the arising, the conjuring, the manifestation, the Hegelian, history turning back on itself, the teleological nature of history. Let us look for what would be the rise of the Ubermensch. This is the reminds me of so many late nights at university. Not that I spent any big long time at university. I wanted to get the hell out. Same thing with high school. Same thing with all schools. Anywhere where you have seats facing the same direction with somebody in front is not a place that I can stay in for very long. I was not blessed with the gene of worship. That is worshiping somebody. I just don't have it. I've tried, I've pretended. I just don't have it. I can't do it. I think I gave it a good try. Gave it a good ride. So we look at that. We look at free spirits. I think I've met many of those free spirits. And we look at slave morality and master morality. And especially as it is portrayed or manifested here in St. Kitts, which has, of course, it is it's a very intriguing anthropological study because we literally have alive, I think there still are, people who were slaves and people who were masters. Yes, massa. So let us start at point zero, St. Kitts in the West Indies. I need to be able to rip these off in such a way that's terrifying. And also, I also want it to be effortless. And it's slowly coming because the Festival of One, the International Jazz Festival of One, there's only going to be one performer and one listener at this rate, is going to be on June 6, 2024. Stay with us before we band.